Welcome back, and we told you that we'll be having our second segment, that is the relationship resonance segment, right here at Hope TV. This being Hope at Dawn, and thank you so very much for your company. Remember, you can be part of this conversation, and today we are talking about parenting and friendship. How do you strike a balance between the two? And as a parent, as a father, as a mother, as a guardian, an auntie and uncle out there, how have you been able to strike that balance? You can share your experience with us so that we sharpen one another. We get to learn from each other. Hope TV Kenya across all our social media platforms. You can also drop us a WhatsApp message, a text on 0708 222 323. And of course, we will appreciate as we even highlight them as we go along with the show. Allow us to welcome our guest. He's been here a couple of times. So a guest, not really. We can call him a resident friend.
Yes.
Mr. Douglas. An author and also a consultant when it comes to matters parenting and all those things. And so he is right here with us to share with us his wisdom and knowledge and perspective on today's conversation. So Douglas, good morning and karibu sana.
Good morning, Gigi. Asante sana.
You well?
Allow me to remain a guest.
A guest?
Yes. So when I come, I get a cup of tea.
I'm a resident.
No, yeah, it will be taken away.
Right, our guest.
Yes, true. Thank you so much for having me.
All right.
And thank you for what you're doing also. And we are glad that God is using Hope TV and Hope Media to just influence families through the airwaves. And I'm glad to be here. My wife said hi. Yes.
Hi.
I'm married. Yes. Thank you.
Important to note.
And someone told me that don't start with kids. Start with your wife.
Oh, true.
So don't say my name is Douglas Angogo and I have 3 kids. No. Where did they come from? So talk about your wife first, then talk about the kids. So I'm married to one wife. One wife in Jambi. She's the most amazing woman. And 3 amazing kids.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Karibu sana. And it's good to have you.
Asante.
Yes.
Right.
Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
It's been a while.
Yes,
us meeting because at some point I went to have my child also.
Yes. You went to work on your parenting.
Yes, literally.
Affirm your parenting.
Giving.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I mean, we were just laughing at how it's already been 5 months. They grow so fast. You know, someone told me that the days are long, but the years are short.
Oh.
I was like,
that's a good one.
Makes sense.
But congratulations, welcome back. So you're the guest today. We've been here. We've been here.
But today, let's say I'm the one learning, you know, I'm the one gleaning from your wisdom, both of you. But anyway, today we are talking about a very vital conversation, and especially now it all matters children in this month of August for us here on relationship resonance and even what we do, and of course with DVBS going on, children are at home. Talk about friendship and parenting. Are the two different? What do these statements, what does it mean to parent? What does it mean to be a friend to your children? Can the two marry each other?
Thank you so much for that word, marry, because marry means they come in sync.
Yes.
But I think I'll define the two to bring in the understanding of what they mean. When we talk about Proverbs 22 verse 6, train up the child in the way they should go, that when they grow up, they'll never do what? Depart from it. So parenting and friendship are two things that should allow this child not to depart from it. So when we talk about parenting entails skills, instilling skills, and that skills involve discipline, and it's a training. So when we talk about parenting, it's kind of a training, but now if you don't couple it with mentorship, which is now in terms of now friendship, you lose it out. So parenting is training, parenting is instilling, and parenting is probably like coaching, giving information and directions.
Right.
Now, friendship, on the other hand, involve mentorship, involve a friend, I can say relational. So you can look at maybe when you went to college, there are teachers who just came to class and gave you details. They gave you the syllabus is here, this is the expectation at the end of the year, and then you go through the syllabus. This teacher is no longer even you cannot even maybe remember when you even had a conversation with them. They came to give information and receive the information and didn't use that information. So they want to gauge you based on the performance. So that is what we call training, and that's what is involved parenting. But now, if you only do parenting as a training, you lose it out because it must be relational. So when you now involve friendship, then now you bring in aspect of mentorship. Mentorship means now you're walking a journey together as a parent and a child. And that's when now parenting must not only be in terms of instilling, but also in terms of connecting, which comes into mentorship. Yeah, which is friendship. Yeah.
All right.
Wow. Let's talk of the modern parenting.
Yeah.
Because I feel there is a difference. There's a distinction between the modern parenting and the parenting of yesteryears. What are some of the common challenges, and especially even you now being a modern father, modern parent,
yes.
Comparing now to when you were growing up? What are some of the common challenges?
I think what is
difference
Yeah.
We can start, I think,
the
with
difference,
the difference,
the difference,
then we can now go to the challenges.
I think the difference that you're having right now, Gigi, in terms of parenting, of course, we're living in a now generation, which is different from when we were raised up. But now we also have the aspect of how we are raised up. Now, the challenge that you're having right now, which is like probably the difference, in fact, is in terms of what you call, I can say, intentional parenting. I think during our days, I would discuss with another parent that we had goals set for us by parents.
Yeah.
And the goals that have been set by our parents must be met.
That's true.
So the parent tells you that, I remember my mom used to tell us, when he's leaving, he will give us 101 instructions.
Yeah.
Yes. Until before he leaves the gate, he repeats the same thing. So before he leaves the house, he says it. He leaves the gate, he says it. He's still at the fence. He mentioned it, he comes back again. Yeah. Did you hear that? So it was a bit intentional because for them it was about goals that I've set for that day. And when they come back, they'll just start looking at what has already been done. So, kama ni nyumba and you are lady, she'll just come in and just start doing like this.
Yeah.
And that means inyumba hujaosha. So there was a bit of intentionality which comes by goal setting and a bit of probably expectations from us,
Right.
which is quite different from now. Because by then, we will do these things because out of fear of, by the way, ndalala nje, ama nitachapo, ama nitanyimwa. Hii siku leo tunapika chapo. So I'll miss this one. So there's intentionality, and then there's now what you call probably we are doing it out of fear. Most of us do it out of fear.
Yeah.
Now the difference with now is when you give instructions without giving probably a proper guideline, I'm able to tell you, by the way, Mom, I heard you, but I didn't know what to do. There's what we call hearing and doing.
Yeah.
So the now generation is the generation whereby they want you to give them full details. Don't just give instructions. Then give instructions and try to give them the reason why that instruction is given out. That's why during our days, you'll be told by your parents, don't come here late. They'll tell you, if you come past 6, rudi malumetoka. Now tell the now generation, come late past 6, go back. They'll make sure they come late so they can go back.
Go back. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's what you call, I think there's the now generation needs more of connection than threats. There's no military right now. If you give a military, they have a way of closing up. And when they close up only but they open up on someone else. Yeah, so the difference is there's no intentionality right now. We are so much focused on raising them, but not focused on what? Growing with them. So to grow now, yeah, the difference, we don't grow with them.
Wow, that's really good because it has taken me back to how we were raised up. And I think the biggest problem we have is as a parent trying to parent in a way that I have never known. You know, these are not things that I knew when I was growing up. This is how I was raised up. But now in the now, things have really changed. But there is also something that when we were talking about this conversation in the morning, Gigi mentioned that because of the things we went through, we are like staki mtoto wangu apitie. You know, so there's also that. But then we end up even spoiling them because hatutaki wapitie vitu tulipitia. So how do we ensure that we we are going with the times and understanding the value of connection, while at the same time not letting them have their way, but affirming that we are still their parent.
I was talking to another student, I'll not mention when, because the parent can be able to know when.
Yeah.
And the issue was about this person being so much on social media. And when I met this young girl, I asked her a question that, by the way, there's a lot of screen time that mom is a bit worried about. What might be going on? Then she said, this is where I find rest. And this is where I learn things that are not realistic. So I was like, so you're so much concerned about getting to be in the fiction part of life than the real life. She said, because I get a lot of pressure from my parents. So this one is the only place when I watch a movie that doesn't even teach me anything. I just relax. So I discovered that, and she said that she's asking a few things from the parents, but the parents are giving her no. So she feels frustrated because why is that no from my parent while everyone else is getting them? So when I dug deep, I discovered that this parent is not denying the child the things. But like you're saying, the parent is afraid of losing the child because of the history where she's coming from, which is very true. So sometimes the wounds that probably our parents went through, they're so much careful not to do what? To allow the same space
Patterns,
to allow it to happen in the kids. And even for us right now, like me and Gigi, and even you, there's a pattern that you know in your family. We call them roots versus fragile. So there are roots that you came from, and you know how fragile they can affect your family. So you will try to be so tough because you don't want a place of laxity. And that toughness is what this generation is attacking. So hapo ndo mnakosana nayo. Because they are seeing you're so much tough, but you're not tender. Because there must be toughness and tender. So the only thing we need to do in this generation is to balance that space whereby I'm afraid of probably losing her, is first of all connect with her. I'll say connection is very important. I was telling someone that Gigi, I know Gigi has over almost 6,000 people on her phone book. Achana social media. Contacts. But do you call all of them the earlier? Kuna mwisho pigia after 3 years to join pigia, sindio? But because of the contact they gave you. So meaning you know one another. But you cannot wake up in the morning because they're in a fix and call one of the number that you've never called. But you have their number and name and tell them, no, I have a fix, give me 10,000. But because you never talk to them, they'll never give 10,000. But if you've been talking to Douglas and then I wake up and ask you for 10K, you'll give me. Why? Because of trust. So communication is what builds trust. So if you want to probably connect these kids, let's communicate. Because once I communicate with you, then I'm able to do what? To create or build that trust. And that's why I said when you give instructions, we lose them because you're doing skills. You're giving probably an orientation towards a given goal. Like in college, in school. But when you do mentorship, then we are doing what? We are interacting. So even sharing about your past to your child is a space of what we call friendship. Because authenticity matters more in parenting. Don't hide about even your failures in the past. I told one young person the other day I'm working with that have you ever talked to your dad and asked him about what were the challenges that you're going through when you were 16 years old? Because this guy is 16 years old and he's going through challenges in terms of trials and temptation and that's the patterns of life in this teenagehood. So ask this guy, can you go out with your dad and just ask dad, at 16 years old, what were the things that you were battling? Because some of us as parents, we are so much holier than, we are so much perfect, we'll never fail you in exams. In fact, we used to give number 1 because our report cards have never been found. At least zipata saizi. Saizi ziko online. There's a saizi, by the way, these kids we're raising, their kids will be able to go online and just search dad. George Gishuru. In Form 1. Because they're there. What our name is. So we have that challenge. If you don't become, that's why I say, if you do friendship as part of parenting, be a friend first before you become a parent. But most of us are going for parenting first. You're giving instructions. If you become a friend, you become authentic. I'll open up and say, my daughter, Tasha, do you know what? I struggle. I know one parent who also was working with a teenager, and the parent said, by the way, I told him to go out with the son. Then the son would just tell me anything about your life. And the son was so bad that, you know what? When I was at your age, we were 6 2 boys and 3 girls, and 4 girls. And our house was very small, so they only two bedroom. So the girls will sleep in the 1 bedroom, and the boys in the next bedroom. But the 2 boys will sleep in the chicken's house. So when it's like we are sleeping, we are going for, that's the chicken's house, so we're the one borrowing the sleeping there.
Yeah.
And so the son was like, so what we have, or what we've been able to gather as a family, did not just come out of probably maybe luck.
Yeah.
Because the dads explained how it was hard for them, how he went to school on foot, how he was able to struggle. And that's what we call friendship. So even as you get afraid of your past, don't close it up.
Right.
When you share, they're able to look at even how life is right now,
Yeah.
and they'll ask you questions. Yeah, but their dad, I know we have 5 cars, but when they learn about, even before you didn't even have a bicycle, they'll be able to appreciate the journey of hard work, resilience, probably goal setting. So friendship brings in that whereby, yes, we have a past that we fear, but don't close it, because they will know. If you close it, they'll be acting as if everything is okay.
Yeah.
Another example, I gave another student to just converse with the parent. They told him, don't, because most when I do this mentorship, I also question them that, do you even communicate? Because they say, but my dad don't trust me. He only give me assignments, chores to do, and I do them. And then I feel like my dad is, maybe, I may appreciate. But no, you cannot connect through jobs, through house chores, through duties. You connect through communication. So ask this person, because they're struggling with issue of sexual purity and academics. Now go out with your parents and speak to dad. Ask your dad, by the way, when you met my mom, what was the image of a family that you had in mind? So you know what we're doing? So this person, Akembo, Quilling at the dad, so the boy will be able to know, by the way, if my dad has an image of a well-knit family, disciplined boys and girls, and a very, unity in the family, the boy will be able to know, by the way, I'm messing the mom, I'm the dad's vision. So me, I'll say this again. Let's be friends. Friends means we become authentic, we become open, we become so close to our people.
Yeah.
A friend who sticks closer than a brother. A friend will never hide anything else from you. Because a friend can knock at night. Even though I talk about, if I come to your house at night, I knock more than once. I knock more than twice. Knock more than thrice. You'll open because I'm tired.
Yeah.
And give me. So you'll giving me because nataka kwenda school fees. But if you connect, I can just knock at your door once.
Yeah.
Utafungua.
Yeah.
So we have a past that we have coming from, which makes us fear the future of our children, but don't close that past. Share with them so that they can be able to connect and ask themselves, where do I see my family? Yeah.
Yeah, and you have mentioned something, Douglas, when you are sharing all this with your child, with all,
Yeah.
it means then you are friends with them.
Yeah.
So paint for us a picture, according to you, this friendship, how does it look like, and what does it mean to be friends with your child?
I think friendship, I think even Gigi, if you have friends around you, you don't have conditions for them. You don't give them conditions. But by the way, we're only friends if you're able to give me your car when I need to go somewhere.
Yeah.
If you're only able to come for my child's birthday. So when you talk about friendship, we don't talk about condition. Because if you give condition, then it's not love.
Yeah.
Because love does not demand. Love is always, I can say it's humble. Is another word. It does not seek its own. So friendship means that we connect in terms of there's no condition. Because when I give you training, I'll give you conditions. Yeah. If you don't go to get a pass mark, you don't go to the next class.
Yeah.
But if I combine training with friendship, then I'll be able to also understand that if this person did do it right, what would talk different. So if I give conditions, it means I'll not be able to do what we call long suffering or patience in my kids because they are unique. So I give conditions, then one performs better. Maybe it's about classwork. The other also performs better. If I work on it as training, I'll be able to do what? To judge this person didn't perform well. But if I work also as mentorship, I'll be able to look at why didn't you do it well. So similar conditions, but I come back and understand that, by the way, Shama, you did well in this class, but Kera didn't do well in this class. So you guys have different abilities. So I'll be building on your abilities, not on your on abilities, not on your perfections. So one aspect of friendship is there's respect, and there's what you call unconditional love. And then number 3, there's no, I can say, unrealistic expectations. Because some of us as parents, we have very many huge expectations for our kids.
Yeah.
That we even ask, we can't meet them. Condition, but hey, you must do this, you must do this. And then if you turn the fork towards you, you can't even fulfill them.
Yeah.
And I normally say, if you cannot do it, don't push it on them.
Yeah.
So friendship comes with unconditional love, and being realistic in what you're giving them as expectations, and respect. Respect means that even as much as I'm a parent, I also respect my kids. Do you know that whatever you sow, you also reap? So even if I'm not showing respect to them, respect means that even I'm able to say sorry to them. Because sometimes you go to the house and you cane the small one, the big one, because the small one is crying. I don't know that Jesus has done that. You feel that the small one is crying, and then you deal with the big one, and now you discover that the small one is the one who did the mistake. Then you just leave it. If you leave it, you're not building what you call now friendship. Because you're creating what you call military. You mess up, I deal with you. But if I knew it's the small one who started the game, I'll go back and apologize and say, but I'm sorry, I didn't know that you, Shama, is Kela who did this and this. So there's always open communication, authenticity. You agree that probably you guys are supposed to be doing devotion every evening as a head of the house, and then you don't maybe do it the first and second day until they ask you, and then you give excuse, but the way you can't say I'm busy. They should get it from you before they ask you. So there's openness, there's communication, there's realistic expectation, and then there's what you call, I can say, the two of you connect. Connection comes out of communication. I'll insist, if you don't communicate, you lose it. And you guys know, if you don't communicate to one another, you're communicating elsewhere. So mtasema, mtoto wangu kwa poa kwa nyumba tokangi, naongeangi na watu, jiongei na wewe, enda kwa social media. Anashare huko ndo waongee huko. So I think if we are going to have open communication, respect is very important. And then I think number 3 is unconditional love. That you're not going to love these kids in respect because of what they've done, but because they belong to you. Because the Bible says that, you know, the only people on earth that the angel comes and visits and again give back report to God. This is the only people that the angel comes on earth and so we must just connect to our kids, because if we don't do that, you lose them. You lose them.
Wow, I mean, these are powerful nuggets of wisdom, and in fact now in the era that we live in of social media and all. But we would love to request that for those who are watching us, if you have any feedback, any questions, comments, please do send them our way. The number is 0708 222 Thanks also to those who are live on TikTok following us with what we are doing right here. So we take a short break. We'll be back in a few, and we still have more to discuss on this conversation on balancing parenting and friendship. See you in a bit.
Join John Cousin every weekday as he takes us on a journey through the Bible.
Whoever shall seek to save his life, if you go back to living for yourself, you're going to lose it. But whoever shall lose his life, give up his life for my sake, he shall preserve it.
Enjoy interesting, knowledge-packed, yet simple teachings through his humor and in-depth understanding of God's Word.
The last people that tried to put God in a box, literally, he rose again. He wouldn't stay in their compartment. If God was small enough for me to figure out, he wouldn't be big enough for me to worship.
Tune in to Hope TV for John Cousin every 10 p.m., 4 a.m., and 10 a.m. weekdays on Hope TV, where you look and live.
Thank you for tuning in to Hope TV, your go-to channel for hope, inspiration, education, and wholesome entertainment. At Hope TV, we are committed to knowing God and making Him known through powerful media content. We truly value you and are dedicated to serving you better. For feedback, inquiries, or complaints, reach out via WhatsApp or SMS on 0708 222 323. Email us at customerexperience@hopefm.org. Hope TV, look and live.
This is Hope at Dawn right here at Hope TV, where you look and you live. And we are having this very amazing and very important conversation.
Yes.
Parenting and friendship, and how we strike a balance between the two. And we are having Douglas Angogo in studio helping us with this conversation. You can share your experience as well. Hope TV Kenya, that's across our social media platforms, and also on WhatsApp. That is 0708 222 323. And welcome back, Douglas. And talking about the children of today, you know, the wokeness that is there, unlike us when we were growing up. How do we balance between listening and understanding, and understanding them from the point of their view, and having your say even as a parent?
Yeah, I think there's in communication you have two things. And one of the barriers of communication is when you listen with an intention of giving feedback. Yeah, so asking you something that probably maybe like Gigi, we're having a function at school, and I'm supposed to go for 3 days. So before the child explains why and how and the benefit, you already have a prejudgment answer. Someone is asking you something, but already have an answer.
Yeah.
You just wait for them to finish.
Yeah, just finish.
Just finish because you already have an answer. And you see, these kids are very bright. They will be able to know that probably dad has a prejudgment. I can say, is it a pre-planned answer to me? So when the first day they talk to you and you give them an answer, even before interrogating, then they'll be able to know there's no even need of asking dad.
Yeah.
He'll already say, I know. Do you know that when, even in marriage, when the two of you, maybe in terms of your wife or your husband has a prejudgment about any communication they have. So, okay, dad, Gigi, let's plan something for our kids. And they just know Gigi say no.
Yeah.
So your wife will never come to you again because he knows the answer will be no. The same way to kids. So if you communicate with them, we have a communication, it must be what you call listening to understand, not listening to give feedback.
Yeah.
Then number two, that communication as a parent should be, because friendship is all about contact. So some of us are parents, and God forgive us in that place. We are busy replying to a very important WhatsApp message, and a child is telling you something. And then you're like, Because see, communication is in three. Both tone, both the voice, and then plus the non-verbal. So this kid will be looking at the which is the voice, and the non-verbal, which is you are not there.
Yeah.
And I think there's a time I shared about a young guy who had done his homework, and then the dad came to check the homework. And he knew the dad is not in their life in communication. So he showed the dad the homework of class 7. The guy's in class 8. And the dad said, oh, good. And the dad signed. And the kid just knew Mzaya yuko hapa.
Yeah.
Because communication must be contact. I must be able to understand you, then I'll be able to give feedback out of understanding. And that comes in terms of the three senses. I must be able to show my tone, be able to show my, even through nodding, through my now contact, the eyes. Because if you communicate when someone is on phone, even us who are married, no film serve any waste.
Yeah.
Ada kama kuna important point, une sum up. I'll talk to you later on. And one thing with the kids, Gigi, is when a child comes to you and they're like, Dad, can I tell you something that happened today? And you put them off.
Yeah.
And then tell them that, give me 10 minutes. I'm going to wait, I'll talk to you later on. They go away. Most of them will find them sit at the corner or sit somewhere and they're closed. And if they're teenagers, they'll go in their room.
Yeah.
And take earphones, put the legs on top of a balcony, and you think they're okay. Then ask them after that what are you saying? They will tell you, niko tu sawa.
Yeah, it's nothing.
It's nothing.
Yeah.
And now you start digging on nothing, sindio? Tell me, what's the problem? You're a good girl. And they say, Mom, it's okay. Nothing. Why? Because kids' mind is like a sponge. So when it soaks up, that's the only time it is able to be released. You leave it there, then come back to it, your maji imeenda. So the brain is like that. So the emotions are running like that. So if you deal with them, maybe like postpone that communication, you lose them on. Then number two also, in terms of now, mutual communication. In terms of when they have done something wrong, maybe your daughter or your son has messed up, and you have gone there, started killing them. You start killing them. And they're like, did you do it? Say sorry. They say sorry. I was kids saying sorry immediately because you're threatening them.
Yeah.
Then come back and ask them, tell the dad, I didn't do it. But I had to say sorry because you forced me. Because like me, I'll be able to move very fast from emotion to logic. But then they take time to move from emotional feedback to logic. Sometimes they react out of emotion. Then they come back, give you the logic reason why they did that thing.
Yeah.
So that means you misunderstand your kids in terms of connecting with them, in terms of emotional connection, and in terms of their feelings. Don't ask for feedback when they're so emotional. They'll give you a very wrong feedback. Then you'll use it to judge them next. Yeah. So allow them to cool down. Kama analia much earlier. So mwambie, wewe unalia kwa nini hapa? Let them sob. Then go for the answer. I want the feedback. They'll give the right answer. There's a time I was in a school somewhere, and the girls have been accused of being in homosexuality. So we went there just to support a parent. Then one parent came, and you have to go to the deputy's principal's room. Then you come out, and then you meet your parent. So the parent went to the deputy principal's room. He was told things about the child. When this mom came out, ukapata mtoto hapo, he landed on this daughter. Landing, and the girl cried, started running away. Ulifanya, kubali ulifanya, So after some times, when the girl cooled down, we realized that she didn't do it. She was forced to do it, to confess that she's a lesbian because of statistics that are needed for the school. So by the time now this mom is realizing damage has been done.
Yeah.
So we lose even trust when you don't even give them time to do it, to explain themselves. So if you're going to create friendship, let's be there for them. Let's see the story of the prodigal son. Let's look at Bible kidogo. Huyu mzee mbona hakureact? He had all the reason to tell the soldier, close that gate.
Okay.
Yeah? And even act in a way, by the way, you've really messed up my image in this family. You've really tainted our family, probably our reputation, because this is not who we are. But the dad reacted out of love. Because the only safe space for our children, when the whole world has rejected them, is at home. When the teacher is saying negative things about them, when the peers have already pushed them away, and the school has accused them, even if they've done something wrong, like the bodyguard, he messed up. He ate everything. He even lied the prostitute. There's all that evidence. But the first thing they want to hear is embracing them. But the dad even did tell them, the way, nikupatie viatu mkweni alternate sandals, alafu kama embrace. In the same matter, kama mchange nguo. So we need to have a place whereby, even as we create friendship, let's receive our children. Maybe the home is the only safe space for them when the whole world has rejected them. That's friendship. When your parents are not acting, maybe those who are friends, if you have an issue, in fact, the safest place, I told my friends that I have relatives and I respect them very much, and even close sisters and brothers. But I always know when I have an urgent thing to do and I need to take my children somewhere because maybe me and my wife are not going to be around, I'll take them to a friend. I'll trust my friends more than my family. Yes. Because when you deal with friendship, you deal with authenticity. You deal with family, there's a lot of what you call kupakwa mafuta tu. So that's why you must do what? You must create friendship. And then to create friendship, Gigi, you create friendship out of values. So it means I'm building a friendship with my children or my child, but we're creating this friendship based on, do we have the same values? A parent shared this day in our church on Sunday that they were walking around with the daughters. And the daughter said, but the dad, to give 18 to Kenda campus, will you allow us to put a ring on our nose? And the dad asked these girls that, wow, that's a very good thing. But if you have seen us do that in our home, then do it. Yeah. But how do you create that? values. Watajua je mnafanya hizo vitu because you guys are creating relationship and values whereby they're able to see. And if you have seen us, so meaning if you have been able to have that space whereby we do the same thing,
Yeah.
then do it. So you can only be able to see if you're in close proximity. So when maanisha, these kids can't go astray because we have proximity. In terms of communication, in terms of relationship, I don't just give instructions.
Yeah.
I don't just give demands.
Yeah.
But kuna vitu na learn by proximity. Yeah.
Wow, that's really good. And I think you mentioned this partly while we were on break. Talk about some of the mistakes. I know we've mentioned several as we've continued with our conversation, but at the top of your mind, something we've not touched on, some of the mistakes that parents do when it comes to the parenting and friendship balance.
I think one thing we do is just like the normal friendship. If you're not probably open to your friend, then lose that friend. Because trust is built through a long period of time, and that's through communication. So when what you do wrongly as parents of a friendship is because we think in that friendship, if you have a friend who thinks in that circle of 5 people he's the only one who can have a say, so that's not friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you go to a meeting, you know that, by the way, Nani will say the last word. We can give our own opinion, but he will say the last word. When talk about friendship is allow them to give their own opinion. Allow them to share their, probably their pain and their successes without judging them. Because one of the things we do as parents is we are friends, yes, but we are the big friends. We don't allow them to make decisions or help us to contribute in decision making. So we give them decisions, we tell them what to do, but don't allow them to, what do you think if you do it this way? Na si maanisha una linguish niza kama mzazi, but you allow them to probably even own their mistakes. So when they say, I think this weekend let's go and do this and this, or I'll go alone to the VBS. Jumemula, what do you think? Can I order Uber? Let me do it. So when they mess up, they own it because you didn't bag that thing on them. So allow them to be part of your decision making. The same parent told us that when they in their home they have what to call values. Unajua wenyewe kuna values kwa nyumba yenu. Na mmeziandika na mmeziprint. Ziko kila ukuta. So akasema those values they sat down as a family and they say let's talk about what will guide our family. So see mimi as a family, mimi kama mzee nimesema. What do you think is a guide for us? Number one was a very thing that all of us are accountable. So ukitembea kwa nyumba pata pepa mahali, most parents will say, Jerry, karatasi nafanya hapa chini. Hata wewe mzazi pick accountability. So we lose them because we're not accountable. We mess up that friendship because we feel like we are the big man in the friendship.
Yeah.
Not making them to be part of decision making. And number 3, we lose that friendship because we do what? We doubt them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. If you would help a parent, Douglas, this morning, and we have 2 parents here. Both one parent is on one extreme and the other extreme. So on the one hand, we have a parent who has been focusing so much on the friendship and neglected the parenting. And then we have another who has been so much on parenting and forsaken the friendship aspect.
Yeah.
How and where should they start?
I've been a teacher for some time, but teaching in different perspective.
Yeah.
If I only give instruction to a student, we don't get the right results. If I give instructions and I give space for consultation, we get good results. So all of us know we have salt that is used for food. If we don't, let's talk about those who are, I can say, normal healthy human being. Those who are now normal, they shag anything apart from stones. They eat anything apart from stones. So when you go to I go to Jesus' home, I get food. So if that food is not having enough salt, I'll add salt. So to make it palatable to me. So there are 2 things. Salt either make food become palatable, but also without salt, what happens? It doesn't become palatable. And too much of it is a problem.
Yeah.
So if you go to the book of Proverbs 22:6, then go to 15. It's about that foolishness is stored in the, just paraphrase, in the heart of a child. Foolishness. But with correction through the road, the new flesh inatoka. You getting me? So most of us, concerning verse 6, verse 22, 22:6. So train up a child. But tukumbuki that even as much I'm training through being tender and loving, if I don't engage, if I only engage on friendship, I'll lose discipline. Yeah, because most in friendship, we tend to, I can say, protect it not to lose our friends. So even if they do something wrong, you compromise more. But if I use training, that's why I say training and friendship must be one in one. So I'm a parent, and I must also become a mentor to this child through friendship, so that I don't put less salt, that is less discipline, or I put more salt, more discipline, but I use now what we call moderate. So we have, if I put more salt on the food, it's not good. Less is not good. So what do I do? Let me use parenting and mentorship so that we come at the balance. So meaning, I'm not only training this child, but I'm training this child in discipline, because discipline comes by correction, and correction comes by probably dealing with the mistake. So what I'll tell you this point is, if you're too much on parenting, which is in terms of discipline, instilling, and instructions, you'll be able to lose this child, because too much salt spoils the food. If you're too much on being tender, less correction, you will lose the child, because the Bible says that foolishness is stored in the heart of a child, but only discipline through the rod gets it off. So what am I supposed to do? I must bring everything in balance. I am your friend, because we can communicate, we are open to one another, but I don't lose the space of being a parent to you. Meaning, I have an authority over you, even as much as your friends. But I allow you to do what? To be part of us. Let's walk the journey together. Because you see, when doing parenting, you're not doing it for now. You're doing parenting for posterity. So I'm training you so that when I'm not there, you can be able to live. The prodigal son came back because the parent had done something. That's why, even when he got lost, he didn't depart. He came back home. Angeamua tu mtaani ende sasa ende maybe Dubai. Kama kuna Dubai ya time. So training is important, but mentorship is important. Mentorship means I can open up my wounds. I know Gigi is a mentor. You only become an authentic mentor when the mentee and the mentor have that we call respect the relationship. So Gigi can be able to call or question or probably interrogate the mentee, and the mentee can also ask a question. But the way, mentor Gigi, tell me one of the mistakes you've done in life when you are like me. So kuna hiyo openness. So msilose watoto because you want to be an instructor. We've seen people who are instructors. When you become an instructor, you lose. We do because you want it to be done. We don't do it because it is good for us. But if you become a mentor, I do it because it benefits both of us. And normally, as mentor, will say that, call me, don't wait for me to call you. So ukiona wewe unapigana menti wako, unajua mko pamoja. But ukiona tena kugo, hey, how are you? How was your day? Unajua, by the way, the relationship.
Transformed.
So there must be two. And there must be like salt and food. Not too less of mentorship, not too much of mentorship. Not too less of parenting, not too much of parenting. There must be an equal balance. But I insist this, Gigi, as we go at the end of it, parents, be more of a mentor to your child. You mentorship and manisha, by the way, they're modeling their life from you. Yes.
Wow, I love the aspect of balance. And I think there is this very important question that I want us to ask before we wind up. And that is on the parents being on the same side, you know, being on the same page per se, so that we don't have one who is a friend, the other one is more of a parent. You know, so talk about it. Talk about why it's important for both the mother and the father to be on the same page when it comes to parenting and friendship.
And to see the same page, it means, I think, like we said about the story of the parent with the daughters who said, do it if you see it as do it in the house. I think the best model of parenting is I think it is observable, observation. As much as focus more on communication, but I think the balance comes from observation. I can only do what I see you do, and mostly not what I see you say. Because mostly parents will insist on do it as I say, do it because I'm your dad, I'm your mom, and the child will be like the way how, because there's doing it and how. So how comes, by the way, unataka nisivae miniskirt? So the how is, do you put a miniskirt? I know of a young boy who was suspended from a very big school, and I was told by one of the teachers, and now they're sort of balancing. So the parent was very good, giving everything to this kid, but the model, like I said, the best way to parent is to become a model through mentorship. And this kid was able to see in their parents' fridge vodka, hizo mabrand zingine tumezisahau, unaona wametoka kwa mabillboard siku hizi. You saw those brands, and the guy went to school, and he got himself into the same sneaker at night, went to drink. When he was asked, he said, but this is what I see in our home. So the model of a father was a father who drinks. So life is all about drinking. So if you want to balance between just being a parent without making this other person feel like they're only children, friends but children, is I think model the right thing. If Gigi and Douglas are friends, they have a common thing. In fact, a group of guys we work with, we are friends, we have one common thing that we probably value. So that creates a space whereby hakuna mkubwa, hakuna mdogo, because there's a standard of what we stand for as a group of 4 couples. So the values we have as 4 couples. So if the two of you want to balance between, I am a child, yes, but at the same time, I want to become your friend. I am your dad, yes, but at the same time, I want to become your friend, is whenever you have common values. If you go to any institution, even CITAM, there are values that guide them. So the values, whether when you watching, ama when you top administration, ama when you just cleaner, those values bind you together.
Yeah.
So how do you balance between being a tough parent and a very afraid child, or a balance whereby there's toughness and there's communication? Can you build a value system for the two of you, which will be able to cut across, whether you're a man, a woman, a female, or a male? So values means, what does your family stand out for? Just in a quick one, we had sometimes work at the house that people came to work for us, and I think she came and alijua Nairobi ni walipa kuvaa vile nataka kuvaa. So the first 2 days she was putting on very short clothes.
Yeah. And
my wife just said, we have really modeled a different life in our kids. They know that we don't put on such clothes. But now this kid, as much as you think, this girl, as much as you think she's doing it out of Nicodem, by Gen Z, but we are modeling a different lifestyle from them. I only told my wife one thing: you have a chance to build your home. So in what do you do? Instill the values, let her know what we don't do. So this is what we do as a family. We don't put on such clothes. So in the longer values, whereby you stand as a family, whereby your kids see you not violating it and tell them to do. So if somebody day we don't watch, we don't touch phones as we eat. Namaanisha hata wewe ukimwambia wewe phones down, wipe your phones down. So value system means it's a common thing that all of us obey. If we sleep, all of us by 9. If you put off our phones by Wi-Fi by 9, all of us Wi-Fi by 9. But one of us akisema mimi ni mkubwa na disobey, then we lose it. Yeah. So values means what commonly works for you. And like I said, this place has values. No one goes against it because they're ni mkubwa.
Yeah.
So it covers all of us. So how do you balance? Have a system whereby you have values that are common between the two of you. And don't set values as a parent. Sit down and say, but what do you think works for us as a family?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Douglas, time is not on our side. We need to end our conversation.
Yeah.
But of course, before we allow you to leave, maybe how we can get in contact with you. Maybe someone is watching and they would love to get in touch with you.
All right. Thank you so much, Gigi. One, I'll say they can get in touch through Hope FM and Hope TV.
Yes.
Because you're the direct contact.
All right.
And you are able to also probably even guide them before they reach out to me.
Yeah.
Because I know Hope and CITAM have a counseling department that does offers counseling for free. And we commend you for that. I just love that.
Yeah.
And that's helping and healing families. And if you have to reach to me directly for your marriage, because I work with the teenagers one-on-one and young adults, you can reach me through my contact 0710 754439 0710 754439, or just go to Facebook. Kundo kuna wazee, and that is Covenant Douglas Angogo. Yes.
Alright.
Hizo zingine sijatoboa kuingia.
Okay. Pole pole tu.
Pole pole tu.
Sawa sawa.
Encouraging me.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Douglas,
Yes, thank you.
even for
God
sharing
bless you.
that wisdom with us.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
know that we are better equipped and we'll become better parents as we take care of these God-given, gifts that He has given to us. And so thank you so very much. Regards to your family as well.
I will. Hata wamesema wana watch.
Yeah, awesome. Asanteni
Awesome.
sana. Thank you so much. And also thank you
you.
for tuning in to today's show. I know that you are now better equipped as a parent, as a child as well, to play your role effectively in that family. And so, God willing, we'll do this again tomorrow morning. Being a Friday, of course, it's Men on Record.
What are you talking about?
Men and loss. Yeah, that is what we'll be
That's a good
discussing.
one.
It's a big one when it comes to men. So we'll be tackling men and loss. So tomorrow across our platforms, Hope FM, Hope TV, and also on our digital space, Men on Record, Men and Loss. And we'll be having our facilitator, Rev Jesse Moy, joining us on set. So looking forward to seeing each and every one of you tomorrow.
Yep.
So God willing, tupatane kesho. Kwaheri for now. My name is Todd Kishoro.
Yes, and for me, tutakuwa pamoja on Beyond the Melody. Tomorrow we'll be on fire here. We're going to be having Team on Fire Ministries, literally. They are going to be coming here. Jibs Nene and also Emmanuel Masharia, who will be helping us understand what Team on Fire Ministries is all about. So that's what we'll be doing tomorrow morning, right here on Beyond the Melody, being a Friday. And I wish you guys a lovely day ahead, and I hope that you've gotten to learn.
Yeah, before we end
Yes.
it, there is a comment here by Alice Mbolo.
Yeah.
And she says, this is exceptionally great for our parents. As we parent, we are modeling them to effective parenting themselves.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so we
That's
must
a
not
good
think
one.
of it to the extent of how our reputation only. I love that. That also we are modeling parenting.
Yeah.
To them.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alice,
Wow.
and everyone else who has
really
engaged
good.
with
That's
us.
good.
To have a generational perspective.
That's it. Asanteni sana. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.